Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today is Money Monday, where we talk about all things finance and share our personal journey of getting to financial freedom. Today I'm going to share with you guys 5 tips that I have for getting started with the cash envelope system and 5 things that have helped us with creating a cash envelope system and really adopting that as our lifestyle as far as our budgeting goes. Let's go ahead and get straight into it because these tips I think are really going to help you and encourage you in your cash envelope journey. Okay friends, so I get a lot of questions about cash envelopes, how to get started, what the best method is to use, how long it takes to see success with them, etc., etc. And so I figured today I would just share with you 5 things that have helped us to have success with our cash envelope system. So tip number 1 is to set specific dates for your cash envelope pulling each month. Now whether this is one day of the month or whether you do it if you get paid bi-weekly, so you do it twice a month with your paychecks, or you get paid every single week and so you do it with every paycheck. Whichever the system is for you, you want to make sure that you're pulling your money on a consistent day or date of each month. So say for you it's every Friday. Make sure that you are going to the bank and pulling out that money each and every Friday, because with your cash envelope system, you are going to be using that money throughout the week. Basically, if you do it every week or if you do it bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, you will be using that money. And so when you get to the next time to pull out the cash, you're going to need things like groceries and to buy gas if you use cash for that and things like that. And so you want to make sure that you're not putting yourself at a place where you have to resort to using your debit card or credit card and not tracking that money. So the more consistent you are, then the more regularly you'll be in the habit of pulling that cash and having that cash on hand to pay for your life. So tip number 2 with our cash envelopes is to give yourself a buffer. So say you look back at your budget for the past 6 months and you're just getting started with cash envelopes and you see that you spend on average $25 a month for personal item spending. So say things like new makeup or deodorant or body wash or things like that. Say you spend $25 a month. You want to give yourself a little bit of a buffer because you don't want to not account for tax or not account for getting the change back or something like that, and put yourself in a position where you're a little bit stretched. Say you need to get a body wash and the larger size is on sale this month, and so it's a better value than getting the smaller size, but it's a little bit outside of your $25 average that you usually spend. So giving yourself a little bit of a buffer allows for things like that to happen. And the great thing is, at the end of the month, if you have money left over in that category, you can just put it onto a snowball. It's not like you lose the money, right? It goes into either savings or onto your debt or something like that. But having that buffer saves you from needing to reach again for your debit card and helps you to feel secure in using those envelopes. So tip number 3 is to track your spending. Now you guys have seen me do this in our budget review videos that I do with you guys, and you'll see that I track our spending, whether it is going out to a date night or grabbing fast food or buying groceries. I track it all so that I see how much we're spending, and this helps to see when your expenses may go up and at a certain time in the year, when you're spending more on things, and you can notice little patterns about your spending habits. So for instance, my husband and I, we saw about 2 months ago that we were spending a lot on fast food. Well, we were able to say, okay, what is going on? Like, why are we spending so much on fast food right now? What do we need to change and adjust in our lives so that we're not just wasting money on these fast food meals every few days? So that helped us not only to eat healthier, right, by preparing and having things at home to make, but it also helped our budget because we weren't just going out and spending extra money or wasting that category on spending fast food or buying fast food. So tracking is really beneficial because it helps you to see where your money's going, how often it's going there, what you're really spending it on, and where you might need to adjust some things in your budget. Which leads us into tip number 4, which is to allow for adjustments. Now, having a cash envelope budget and cash envelope system doesn't mean that it's set in stone. It's something that you are only going to spend $200 on for groceries for the rest of your life forever. You know, you have the opportunity to allow for adjustments. So say you're getting into a month where you're going to be doing a lot of like family gatherings or things like that. You're going to need a larger grocery budget for those things, rather than just feeding, say, the 4 people that are in your family normally. If you're going to have family over more often, you're going to be feeding more people, so you'll need more food. So allow for those adjustments. Know that those things will change and adjust as your life progresses and as the seasons change and as just certain circumstances come up. There are times of the year where we're a lot busier than we are in other times, and so you may need a larger like eating out or just like running to grab food really quickly budget than you would any other time of the year. Or you'll need to spend more money on groceries for one part of the month because you want to make a bunch of freezer meals for the later part of the month that's a little busier. So knowing that you are able to make adjustments gives you some fluid movement to your budget and helps you to know not only where your money's going, but that you are in control of it, right? Having a budget is really telling your money where to go, not just watching it fly out the window and wondering where it went. All right, guys, so our final tip and tip number 5 is to be patient. Now, I had someone ask me the other day how long it took us to see results with using our cash envelope system, and I couldn't really answer it very well because it varies. And because of tip number 4 with allowing for adjustments and tracking spending and all of these other tips that I've shared, our budget is something that's constantly evolving and changing as our needs change. Therefore, seeing results or seeing progress in this area can take a little bit, but it's also something that I feel you can do pretty quickly because once you commit to using cash, it does change your spending habits and your attitude and your whole philosophy behind spending. At least it did for me. Because I would go out and I've shared this before, but I would just go and once our bills were paid, I would spend, the rest of the money down to zero of what we had. And I would spend it on just miscellaneous junk. If I needed to buy groceries, I would do that and I would just buy as much as I wanted. Or if I needed to or wanted to buy new clothes, I would do that and just spend an exorbitant amount and not really think about other areas that I needed to budget for. So having a cash envelope system helps to put your money into perspective, and it also helps to allow you to control it and learn really, really well how to plan for expenses that do come up. So things like we need, to buy paper towels every month or every so often, whatever the case may be for your family. Same with laundry detergent and dishwashing liquid. And having those cash envelopes helps to know that you have that money set aside for when that time comes up when you do need to buy those things. So I would encourage you guys to be patient and to just allow the process to evolve. And the great thing about cash is that it does change. You can constantly change it. And with giving yourself a little bit of a buffer in the categories, you're going to see which areas you have room to cut back in, which areas need a little bit more, and how you need to adjust your budget to meet your lifestyle. So you guys, those are my 5 tips for how to have success with cash envelopes. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions, definitely leave them below. And I would love to do more videos like this and to encourage you guys and to give you more tips on how to use cash envelopes to meet your financial goals. I am Corina, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to see more videos from me. Have an amazing Monday, and thank you for watching.